Now Barth for the extra point. It's good, and before you know it, it's 21-0. So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. That's fielded in the end zone. And with a new rule, that decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he only gets to the 20. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Another pistol look here. They start on the ground with Elliott. He'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 23. The tackle made there by Harrison Smith. Quickly now a look at the defensive starters for Minnesota.
Xavier Rhodes is a cornerback who does not mind being physical. Whether he's covering passes or coming up in the run game, he's going to be there to make an impact.
Trying here for Bryant, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. And they'll start this drive with very good field position. Slot man moves right. Following the interception, Bradford surveying the field. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
My high school coach John Ford used to say all the time, if you're in a bad situation, laddie, don't compound it with a bad decision as well. And I think that's what we just saw there. Harassed in the pocket, and he throws into double coverage anyway.
He called you laddie?
He called me laddie, and that was the nicest thing he called me.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left. They go play action. Now Bradford. Oh, and he'll just get rid of this one deep. And he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position. Couldn't hold on. Third down.
And when all else fails as a defender, when you're not there in the coverage, your best friend is exactly what we saw there. A big play shot taken by the offense. Unfortunately, it ended in a big drop.
And the offense looks to pick up the first here on third after that incompletion. On third down, Bradford. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Putting pressure on the guy throwing the football is always good, but when you can couple that with contact on him that leads to an incompletion, as we just saw there, that's winning football.
Now the Vikings will send out the special teams crew here for a field goal try. And quite a bit of pizza in this box. It's a 53-yard attempt. And Barth puts it through. And that stretches this lead even further. It's now 24-0. So they had great field position, but a three-play drive that actually goes backwards, and then they kick the field goal.
And I think the key sequence in there, the key phrase you just gave us, a three-play drive. Had the momentum, great field position, unable to move the football.
Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here.
That type of run right there, that just fires me up when I watch it because that's maybe the most underrated aspect of his game. The ability to break tackles and know where the first down chains are and pick them up.
He's tough, good pedigree. Dad Stacy was a linebacker at Missouri.
Yeah, and how about Mom on the track team? So I think that's where the speed came from. And she's not shy about letting us know that, too.
Yeah, I got the best of both worlds.
We are watching a runner having a really nice game. Carrying it very well. Is excellent, but boy, look at the help he's getting. Offensive line, I think they're pretty eager to block for him.
So the offense readies for a 2nd and 4.
Come on, let's go!
2nd down, Prescott. And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here.
Oh, man, for him to be that wide open and drop it. Sometimes you have just too much time on your hands, right? You end up thinking way too much, and your hands get shaky.
And yes, he's a tight end, but that's a catch he should have made. And he comes back with one complete. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
Give them a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks. And now the passing game here in the 2nd quarter is starting to heat up a little bit.
Don't you feel the rhythm starting to happen, right? You see it. Now the confidence is starting to rise. I think now as a play caller, because that has happened, you lean on it a little bit more. You don't go totally away from running the football, but you do say, guess what? We can throw it. We can throw it well with a whole lot of confidence.
A 1st down throw for Prescott. Over the middle, it's complete. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. He had time, was able to survey the field and find a soft spot in that zone coverage.
And that's where it gets difficult for a defender, Brandon. You go to your spots on the field that you have to cover, and when the offense finds an area that you're not in, that's where they throw the football.
Prescott now. This will be caught at about the 3. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Their dangerous wide receiver. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. He's got it, and that makes our score 24-7. And the Cowboys cut into that lead. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. That's fielded in the end zone. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. And he'll go on the ground. And not much there at all. He's up only to about the 16-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here. second down, Bradford. And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line.
Well, if an offense is going to throw the ball in this part of the field, any pass rusher will tell you that's his favorite part. Gets a chance to get after the quarterback. It's almost like a reverse red zone. They can create points using their defense, and this time they take their man down.
Second down, sacked by the defense. What type of pressure will they bring here on third? We'll see. Back near the goal line, Bradford. He's got the connection over the middle to Diggs. The 21 yards there as they convert on third.
And fits the exact right word. Over the middle, there's almost always traffic, so anytime you're a receiver in that area, you're not just focused on catching the football. You're wondering where the collision's going to come from, right? Because there's almost always someone there able to concentrate, catch it, and even added a little extra at the end with a short run.
Quick hitter here, it's complete. A gain of 6 there on first. Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground. And they'll run it here. And some room to roam now. There he goes left side. Past the 20. Touchdown, Vikings. A big play there with his 14th touchdown of the year, second of the game. And the Vikings find a way to stretch their lead. And the lead will grow by 1 more. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. Last time they were out, they scored. Still trailing here, though, so some work to do.
But it's okay in terms of mindset. Because they scored the last time, they're not quite as worried about being down on the scoreboard because now their confidence is a little bit higher. They feel like they've got something going, and they feel like they can attack again and put more points on the board.
Are you scoreboard watching if you're the offense, or are you just focused on this drive?
We wouldn't be telling the truth if we said that they didn't scoreboard watch. Everyone does it to some extent, but you've got to set it aside right now and just focus on this series. That'll take care of the scoreboard if they punch it into the end zone.
Here we go.
A second down throw for Prescott. He finds his target, Terrence Williams. A good pickup there of 20 yards. So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. 5 wides in the game, 4 of them to the right side. Prescott looks to throw on first. He's going to wind up and air it out. And this is going to be intercepted. Ricardo Allen with a pick. They juked him.
When a team's turning over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
Following the interception, Bradford, and they can't get the long connection as it falls incomplete. So a pass interference here, and this is obviously a call we see all the time, but for the defender, it's becoming almost impossible to play defense in some of these situations.
You're trying to play through the receiver to the football. If there's any contact at all before he gets there, those officials will throw the flag and call interference.
Diggs going in motion right. They'll run it now out of the gun. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. And now a timeout called by the Cowboys defense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. So they're still at the original line of scrimmage here. 2nd down and 10. Shift together here from the D-line. Now Bradford on 2nd down. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, he did almost everything right. Excellent coverage, breaks on the football, just unable to haul it in and take it the other way. So he dropped an interception. The key for him now, don't dwell on it. Just move on to the next play.
On 3rd down, Bradford. And he's able to find Diggs. And he's going to get this one down right to the edge of the red zone of the chalk of the 20. They practiced this all week. Pretty clear it paid off there. Threw it downfield, made it look relatively easy.
And it always comes a little bit easier when you've practiced it and tuned things up and you're confident in what you're doing now. They felt very, very good about their plan, and we saw the execution because the confidence of the players was there. It looked like they had something there, but I think that he was thinking about running with the football before he actually hauled it in, and that led to a big drop.
2nd down now after the incompletion. Halfback sent in motion. On 2nd down, Bradford again. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Back at the 26-yard line. Call it a loss of 5, a big sack to bring up 3rd down. He didn't get rid of the football there, took the sack, although that's easier said than done. He can't just chuck the thing sideways into the seats.
No, he really can't because you're not afforded total protection as a quarterback. You have to get outside of the tackle boxes as defined by the NFL, meaning wherever your tackles operate normally, get outside of that. And
now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. They come up in an offset eye. 1st down and goal. The offense knocking on the door. That gets them 3 yards closer here as it brings up 2nd and goal. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage.
Good solid gain on 1st down, about what you'd expect.
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. So as they take it over, we step aside. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And Barth puts it through. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Out come the Cowboys now as they'll go on offense first here in this 3rd quarter. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the 2nd half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But I believe a Cowboy was there to get it. He was, and Dallas will maintain possession.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from it. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
That was a classic example of trying to run with the ball without securing the catch. He was thinking about those rack yards instead of making the catch first and then taking off.
So incomplete on 2nd down. Now they'll look to convert here on 3rd.
Let's go. What? Ohio.
3rd and long for Prescott. He's going to float this one deep right side. And it's incomplete. Both players had a shot at that one. Neither can get it, and it brings up 4th down. Here's Pat McAfee now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. So this punt sails out of bounds across midfield. Now the question, they're going to spot it right at the 40, the 40-yard line. It's the Vikings' turn on offense. We get ready for their first possession of the second half. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away. Defense, we got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see what the offense gets done.
Black 58 rail. Black 58 rail. Left.
Bradford on first down. And he's got the hook up here. It's Kyle Rudolph. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory.
And there's another completion to the tight end. And let's face it, it is hard to overthrow a 6'6" target.
It is indeed. Quarterbacks like their speed guys. They like that huge 6'6" target that they've got in him.
They really do, and it reminds me of what one great tight end told me once.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. They dial up the corner blitz that time, and it delivers to the tune of a 9-yard loss. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Now a second down throw for Bradford. And a quick throw here that's complete. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. They're going to hurry back to the line now. And a pretty simple completion there underneath, but a successful one for the offense.
Partner, doesn't have to be the big shots downfield all the time. Having that safety net underneath is a great thing for a quarterback.
They do get 12, but they'll be marked short. And that leads to a fourth down. So now here comes the field goal team for the third time today. From the left hash, this will be a 52-yard attempt. And Barth puts it through. And that will just add 3 more to a lead that's already out of hand. So 3 field goals for him here, and this last one helps him stretch out the lead.
And he's been solid as usual. And this is what you need to do. Make sure you get points out of every possession. And so far, they've done a nice job of that.
And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 yards with a new rule as he's taken down right at the 20-yard line. And now here come the Cowboys. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves to James.
Some think the teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them, and they run that quick cut on the slant, and oftentimes they can turn it into big plays.
And the offense moving quickly to the line.
Here we go.
Second down, Prescott. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete. So the offense dealing with a 3rd and 6. On 3rd down, it's Prescott. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. A gain of 7, and they pick up the first. So he makes the grab, and the chains move forward.
Nice job by the offensive line, giving them time to complete that first down pass.
Let's go.
Prescott looks to throw on first. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. Throwing again. Prescott on 2nd and 10. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
Looked like they had an opportunity for a big play across the middle, but he didn't have the concentration or the focus necessary and dropped it before he could haul it in.
And here comes play number 6 on this drive. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. To the air again, Prescott. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
On any passes in the middle of the field, anyone who's going after the football is going to be conscious that it's probably going to be contested, and often physically. Sometimes that leads to drops.
I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this 3rd quarter as they'll go for it on 4th down. They're indeed going for it. It's Prescott. And this is incomplete. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And the Vikings, they have the football now in excellent field position. And now out comes Minnesota. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. Now a handoff here to his running back. Give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
You know how we get focused at end of the half and into the game situations about how much time's on the board and, you know, what you need to do? Sometimes you don't even have to worry about that. That's just smart football. You know, that kind of a lead, staying in bounds, it burns clock, even in a situation that we're not really focused on it.
2nd down following the run. They come out here in the eye. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
So, Brandon, when this offense gathers together to watch tape for this game, they're going to be feeling pretty good about themselves until the coaches get upset about the play we just saw. But you know their defense is going to be. But we put up big points all game long. The defense is going to win one every now and then.
And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on 3rd down. On 3rd down, Bradford. That's caught by Treadwell. And he's going to get the 1st down here as he's taken down at the 22.
Well, we always hear about the connections some quarterbacks have with certain receivers. I think this guy has a connection with just about everyone. Didn't mind throwing it in there against double coverage to him.
Shows some confidence, supreme confidence.
Big-time confidence that he would make the play for him, and he did.
And the offense lining up 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, Bradford. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. It's a really nice 15-yard pickup, and now it's 1st and goal.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone, and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
So they're operating in the red zone.
Tight, watch left. Tight, watch left. Ready, blue 45.
1st and goal from the 8. They'll run it now out of the gun. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will score. Touchdown. touchdown, Vikings. A great effort there with his third touchdown of the game, number 15 on the year. And this Viking offense is running away with this one. Barthon for the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. Back now here on EA Sports, where the fourth quarter will begin with a kickoff following the score on the final play of the third quarter. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So out come the Cowboys now as their offense gets set to take over. And last time out, went for it on fourth down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned it to 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on fourth down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. It didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
Come on, let's go.
First down, Prescott. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Really nice play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball, but for the guys on the offensive line, they're doing a nice job of trying to protect their passer. But when a guy hops in the air and goes airborne to try and knock one away, it's difficult because you can't reach out and grab him. That'll be a holding penalty. So all you're trying to do is make some type of a play on him, make some type of contact to try and get his arms out of the sky.
Now Prescott. Wide open receiver complete. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but if the other team doesn't get it, that's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
Flushed out right. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
We just saw another example of really good defensive football, which has led to the cushion that they have in this game. Got to him once again, knocked him on the ground, forced an incompletion.
Yeah, they've set the tone. It's one thing to set the tone, another to come in here on the road and set the tone. A second down throw for Prescott. And he comes back with one complete. And he's brought down. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. And they're going to hurry back to the line now.
Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets. Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now you can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. And now they're in the hurry-up.
Come on, let's go. Ryan 38. Flex round.
Prescott from the gun on third. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Third down is a down. Both sides know they absolutely have to win. And the name of the game for the defense is pressure on the quarterback. But pressure on the quarterback with contact, that's how you end up winning it.
Their already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on fourth down. Desperation time. Prescott on fourth. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And the broken tackle helps lead to a first down gain. 7 yards on the play. And on fourth down, they're able to convert and move the sticks.
Let's
One man in the backfield, Elliott. Prescott now. That's caught at the 3. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Their dangerous wide receiver with his second touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Cowboys claw one back. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And they got it. They recovered it. They hang on now, though. There's a penalty flag down. So they try the onside kick, but it does not go 10 yards, and the laundry comes out on the field.
And it's a tough play because you're so excited to get downfield and get the football, but you have to let it get 10 yards. That ball would have, but the kicking team jumped on it a bit early.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he'll work his way inside the 30 now to the 28. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. Well, they'll take that every time with a lead, first down, 4th quarter, getting 8 yards. You love that.
They will take it, and you have to ask the defensive guys, why did you give it? I mean, you know the situation. You're down, have to stop them, have to get the football back. But 8 yards on first down puts them back on their heels.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's brought down. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs.
Well, I'd say that run's pretty emblematic of what we've seen all day long. No matter what they've done on offense, this offensive line has controlled the line of scrimmage, given them time to throw it, run it, do whatever they wanted. That's why there are points up on the board. And right now, the psyche of the offense, we're in control, and we can do whatever we feel like doing out here on the field.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Will Hill. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Cowboys offense heading back out and ready to go again. And they're hoping to capture some of that magic they had last time out when they were able to put together a scoring drive. But they're still down here, Charles.
Not the major concern, though, because of what you talked about. They scored the last time out. They feel good about themselves. They feel like their game plan is now in effect. They know how to attack and what plays they want to put together. But they've got to keep it moving in the right direction because, as you did note, they are down on the scoreboard.
A first down carry by Elliott. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. And a nice carry there of 15 yards.
So after a run like that, I will guarantee that the head coach is saying to himself, maybe even over his headsets to the rest of the staff, what was that all game long? We needed that. That's the type of run we planned for going into the game. Didn't get much of that, but let's move it forward. Let's build on it, get ready for the next week, and let's go play.
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively.
Here we go.
On second down, Prescott again. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. They'll give him 8 on the play, and they're going to face a third down. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of, until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
2 yards to go here on third down. They'll put 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. Prescott to throw it. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. A great read, and it's picked off. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. They have the big cushion here in the final stages of this one. I don't know if there's any better feeling than being up big on the road.
There really can't be, because for a team to go on the road and win in the NFL, that's huge to begin with. But just think about all the preparation that went into it. When they first started talking about this game, leading up to it during the week, going on the road, unfamiliar city, obviously, unfamiliar hotel. No one's going to be with you once you get to the stadium. They're all going to be against you. You name it, all those things they had to deal with, they were able to conquer them and do it convincingly.
Yeah, they did it very convincingly, and now the final moments of this one.
Another good run there, and now we're seeing an offense that's imposed its will on a defense. When we talk about that all the time, what does it really mean? It means that the guys on the offensive line, they feel like they can do whatever they want. They're in the huddle saying, run it again. Give us another chance to smack someone and create some space. On the defensive side of the ball, not only have they imposed their will against you, you're almost powerless to figure out what you're doing there, but you got to keep your spirit up at the same time, and they're taking that too.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Well, I think we know by now that every run is not going to be broken and get all the way to the end zone. But these short ones still have their value. You can still set up your play action and throw the football. You control the clock because you have the ball and they don't. And often the physicality sets the tempo for the game.
And the back goes into motion. Throwing here, Bradford. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
Incomplete pass on 2nd down. Let's see what the offense draws up here on 3rd. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. On 3rd down, Bradford. And this is going to be incomplete.
And that was a nice play. He knocked it away, but obviously you want the interception in this situation. You want to take away any chance and they have any decision to make on 4th down. But things happen so quickly in the end zone in this compressed area of the field that you're just happy to knock it away and not allow a touchdown.
So it's 3 more points, and that widens things out even further here in the 4th.
Hey, in this league, you can never have too much. So if you're in range, grab the 3 whenever you can.
That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it because
you're not going to want that feeling.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
And it's a short one here. Complete to the tight end. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you can get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
To throw is Prescott. Looking middle, and that's complete. Now, whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. Prescott looks to throw on first. Now a desperation throw. And this is caught inside the 5. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Dez Bryant with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Cowboys get a bit closer. And that'll cut the lead down to 26. So despite the huge deficit, they're going to keep fighting. Here comes the onside kick. And the Vikings able to recover. The hands team does its job. Now they're down big here in the 4th. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But Yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.